Hello, and welcome to this latest episode of Star Trek Reliant, where we will hopefully be finishing our grand alpine adventure tonight with doggos. We have most of our usual gang here tonight, starting off with our security officer, Chorog.
It's too cold down here, damn it.
Our scientist, Daniel E. Wells.
Hi, y'all fellas. How you doing?
Our con officer and master sled doggo wrangler, Kara Junrani.
So this is session 3 of the Iditorod, and I don't know if we're gonna make it any quicker than the real one.
And we've got our chief medical officer and first officer, Eli O'Connor.
We're here for the next 10 episodes. Don't forget, and you're here forever.
Our chief engineer, Rick Tier.
Sorry, I built Hotel California. You can always come in, but you can never leave.
And I'm Duncan Idaho, as I just realized I forgot to introduce myself. And I play various characters.
Who are you again?
Tonight, I'm the guy.
Say no more. You're the guy.
Yeah, I'm a guy. I'm not a guy.
On the cover of the game.
And there's like a potato shaped thing. I also play the potato shaped thing.
I want to be the guy.
Trust me, if Spy Kids has taught me anything, you do not want to be the guy.
I want to stop existing.
Oh.
Welcome to Star Trek Nihilism.
I'm just thinking back to Spy Kids, and it's just like, oh my god. Like, I do have brain cells dedicated to that still.
I still have the 3D glasses.
Oh my god.
That no joke. They're out in the garage. I can't keep them in a cigar box.
I'm now also remembering that Shark Boy versus Lava Girl, or Shark Boy and Lava Girl also existed, so we're just gonna move on right now before my brain just absolutely implodes with whatever that, like, era
And before
of
this
movie
becomes a
was.
4-parter.
Yeah, basically, of me just having, like, a nervous breakdown about remembering Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It wasn't, like,
What
a
was
bad
wrong
movie
with
for
it?
what it was. It's nothing. It's just, like, it's recognizing, like, I don't know, just something in the distant past, and it's like, oh, that I don't know where to place that. Anyway,
Hey,
the
Send
crew.
him to the bridge and have him court-martialed.
the crew.
You remember the Khan
so-
played the great... No, I'm kidding.
The crew.
And we're not going to edit any of this out. So the crew is currently at the supply depot / bar in Porthos Pothole, a small little mining settlement on the planet of Archer. That crew is doing a little bit of a humanitarian mission around. The doggos are being fed and are playing in the snow. Grimnir is taking care of that. While, Chorog, you are dealing with the after effects of whatever happened to you last episode.
Charles can be found nearby having a very jaunty conversation with a light pole. Charles' brain is still somewhat scrambled from his attempt to intimidate a bison.
Kara just watches him dish passionately while making space for Daniel's tent while offloading some of the medical supplies. Also, Kara's player would like to remind our audience you get what you pay for on this show.
We get paid?
That's
I mean,
the joke.
That's the point.
What's this pay you speak of?
Look, I don't know about all you guys, but I know I don't get paid.
That's it. I need to renegotiate my contract.
I can offer you 1 peanut.
Box of raisins.
A hearty good handshake. That's what I can offer you.
Oi.
Rick Tier, what are you up to?
Having helped DB sort of fix up his little jetpack now that the squirrels have been chewed out of it. Rick Tears just sort of doesn't really have anything to do, but he'll just sort of have a quick look around, see if there's anything, chat a few people, see if there's anything quickly that could be done to help with the people there.
Shouldn't matter for the recording.
Yeah, I was about to ask. He was like in and out.
Yeah, just a little bit of an internet hiccup.
Yeah, so by the way, I do have a bit of did have quite a bit of
But-
lag spike there.
So I've just basically derailed this for nothing.
Yeah, so it didn't help. But basically, I just wanted to have a quick
Yeah,
look
also,
around and
Yeah, you're just, hanging out, chatting up.
yeah, you good.
Yeah, so you're able to talk to some of the locals and basically see to the, just kind of get a general feel for the material needs of the camp. It's pretty well set up. Just barely not a problem with insulation, heating system, environmental systems seem to be all pretty good. Some of it seems recent installations, so trickled some more help to these folks out. But yeah, basically they are good to go. Let's see. So, Eli, the vaccine line is starting to ebb, and basically you're running through all your doses. Everything looks good. Not a whole lot of problems, beyond what you would expect out of, just miners living out in the relative wilderness of a Star Trek planet. And things seem to be sort of winding down there. So you can start trying to collect your crew because you have to make it to the last settlement of Shranville.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Shit.
Yeah, so your primary concern right now is just making sure, everything's ready to go. So you may have overheard the business with Daniel's tent. You may have noticed Chorog's acting a bit strange. And then, of course, there's the whole, making sure with Rick that Daniel's...
All right. Well, once I'm finished with the line, I'm gonna.
Chorog is having a conversation with a local.
Chorog, you good, buddy?
Adam, you'll have to wait.
You're talking to a lamp, buddy.
Negotiating for some bartender.
No, it's not. It's a lamp. It's a
Madam,
a leg.
You're quite confused. I'm talking to the bartender right now.
I know I have.
Okay, if you wish to be pushy, you can talk to the bartender now, ma'am.
I'm talking to Vulcan Nerve Pinch him.
Go for
Never-
it.
I'm still trying it.
So you can fall
over yet.
Yeah, so you can do the... Yeah, so you can basically, as he's falling, you can try to Vulcan neck pinch him to make sure that he kind of like... You're kind of going for a reset there. Like, okay, let's just turn him off and turn him back on again and see what happens. So give me a control medicine roll.
Damn, I'm good at both of those things.
Yeah.
Oh no.
One success, one complication. Ooh. Oh, how evil could I be here? Not necessarily in any plot sense. No, it's not evil, but all right. So you're able to so what you're able to do is basically on his way down, you're able to get him a Vulcan neck pinch, but with the fact that he's A, Nausicaan, B, in motion. I mean, you get the pinch, but you kind of give a little bit of a jolt to his nervous system as well. Nothing to worry about. Readings wouldn't really pick up anything. But, Chorog, when you wake up, you're going to have a form of aphasia that changes your accent for the episode.
I'm so sorry.
Charles gets a neck pinch, feels his eyes go across. Adam, this is my haversack, and you can't have none before hitting the ground. I mean, like face first in the snow.
We're in a bar. What?
Oh, he's outside.
Oh, okay.
So he's just outside of the bar.
Eli rubs his temples a bit and is like, well, I can't believe that worked. I only ever read it in a book.
And suddenly you hear Chorog begin to snore loudly.
I'm going to give him a scan.
Give me give me an insight medical.
That should be
One
two
success.
successes.
You're able to... Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So 2 successes. With 2 successes, you're able to tell that, okay, his normal readings are starting to settle back to normal, but you do notice something a little bit off with the aphasia that will affect Chorog. So you can meant to save him of.
But I definitely am going to at least treat the concussion part.
Okay, so you're able to give, except for the temporary aphasia.
You're bound determined to kill me tonight, aren't you? Doing a strong voice and the accent I'm planning is correct.
Okay,
Well, why don't
so
you
it's
just do a different voice with the accent?
basically his aphasia will wear off, so I'll give you basically control of when that happens.
I'm just going to my own self and just do the other voice.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say his like vocal cords relaxed, so
Alrighty. So
sits up, brushes the snow off him, looks around for a minute, looks up at Eli and says, "Howdy, y'all. What's going on around here? Wait, why do I sound like I'm from the South? What's going on around? What's going on around here?"
Kara looks over from her sled and just kind of shouts, "Rick, come on, we're leaving."
Sir,
Hold on a second.
You, sir, have some explaining to do. What's going on with my voice? I say, what's going on with my voice? What's going on with my voice, boy?
I get it, Foghorn Leghorn. Just hold on a minute.
What the foghorn leghorn? I ought to challenge you to a duel for that, boy. That says it's not polite.
Kara,
Yeah.
I think we're going to be switching partners.
Nope. Bye.
Wrong. If you leave, you're getting I'm writing you up.
She's left anyway.
Rick is on the back.
Rick, if you go with her, you're getting rid up too.
There is one other option. Wait, hold on. You do have one other option. There is the Grimnir Daniel team as well. There's three sleds.
Yeah, but that's not fair.
I mean,
Grumpy isn't here.
yeah, okay. I mean, you could basically take Grimnir with you, and then it's the Daniel Chorog sleigh.
Yeah, but neither of them know how to drive.
Okay. All right. So the group starts taking off, and basically you're on your way through the last leg through rather more mountainous area towards the largest settlement of Shranville. Anything going on in space yet?
Probably. I'm freezing up shit.
Back on the bridge, Marcus is just basically keeping status there, keeping an eye on the situation, just making sure that the anomalies that the ion storm is causing on Reliant ship systems aren't really having too bad of an effect. Engineering team is able to kind of keep things level. Nothing too concerning.
I mean, the shields are still down from the ion storm.
Yeah, but it's not like it's like spreading to it's not like other systems are having hiccups yet.
Yet.
Setsa looks over. So, I found an asteroid.
Hold on, I'm in the middle of a sneeze. I think it's passing. Okay. All right. Anything in particular about this asteroid?
Well, it's there, and it's kind of the only one, so I thought that was interesting.
Anything interesting about the metallurgical composition? Is it any signs of mining?
Oh no, it's totally non-ferrous. It looks like it's mostly silica.
All right. Organic compounds?
Negative.
Let's see.
But look, it's got a little smiley face on it. She brings up the view screen where the shadows kind of make it look like there's a smiley face on the asteroid.
Graves blinks. Right. You didn't draw that on, did you?
There's a long pause, followed by, no?
Alright, well, I guess log it. Interesting little thing, put it on the Starfleet newsletter. Happy asteroid discovered at Archer system.
Hey, guess what? Roll insight command or insight security.
Okie dokie. Alright, Graves' sheet.
Didn't even have your sheet ready.
No, I had John's sheet ready for some reason. I forgot I had put it under Marcus Graves rather than just Graves, so I had to scroll up and down. So the insight of the security. Damn. Graves is not very insightful. No successes, though.
Behind the asteroid, you see a glimpse of some sort of nacelle-looking thing.
Graves said, Sansa, how upset would you be if I requested a photon torpedo into the smiling face of her new friend.
There's another long pause. Why would you do that? That's mean.
All right, let's just fire a probe around the thing. Get ready. I guess yellow alert. It's not really going to have much of an effect right now, but let's just keep
Really
charged for-
interested in this asteroid, even more than...
Do you want to roll that?
No, for her, she can just. It's perfectly
Yeah,
ordinary for Setsu to miss something like that.
She just auto-fails.
Yeah, smiley face equals the overwhelming. Hey, we got a grumpy. The smiley face.
Oh, and hey, if we have a grumpy, yeah, Chorog with him. I'm taking Daniel.
Yeah, as a recap for Grimnir, so temporary aphasia. And, yeah, something that's not going to be of any particular. So what's our roll
How are you
for?
firing it?
It would be set, so it'd be probably an insight science roll with a ship assist.
I think it might be control science since you're, controlling the probe, but
Yep, I mean,
Okie
either one
dokie.
works.
which is the
Then it'd be
weaker
a
one?
Neither.
Damn.
Yeah, I think sets us about the same on both.
Well, go for it, I guess.
Okay, and then ship assist will be a 13.
One success on her roll, and then Magel's having a breakdown. And
Yeah,
one is
so let's
success
go
on
with
the
that
ship
first
roll.
dice. Yeah, one success there.
What is ships automatically have focuses, so that could be a crit.
Oh, well then, probably.
So 3 successes in total.
All right, 3 successes. You fire the probe, it starts to go around the asteroid, and suddenly a purple beam fires out and hits it directly.
Setsa screams, "Oh my god! Smiley face asteroid ate the probe!"
Graves, I would say shields up, but phasers on standby, photon torpedoes at the ready. Let's go ahead and put out a general hail. If they don't acknowledge it, we're going to start trimming out smiley face asteroid.
Setsa pouts, crossing her arms. You can fire a torpedo at it now. It's mean.
All right. Graves kind of gives it a second and says, "All right, let's back the ship up, Moon, back the ship up a bit, and ready a photon torpedo."
Larissa calls, "Aye, Captain." Always a good time to blow something up.
All right. Nick needs a 6, so let's go ahead and do a shooty roll. Larissa is going to do a roll here. I'm just going to throw this in as a tactical roll if Magel cooperates. If Magel cooperates, Rick, Magel might be dead.
Let me try something. What's the number?
Yeah, just get a bunch of 14 with a focus of 4. So got some other.
I want to spend threat here, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, Magel's dead.
Well, game's canceled,
Okay.
everyone. See you for the 4 party.
Yeah, I'll just kick
You want
it.
me to grab some physical dice and roll for everybody?
Yeah, I've also got Bing Dice Roller here, so
Bing.
let me give it a. It's got one if you just search for it. I'm gonna do a dice roll.
Google's got it too. Bing.
Yeah, you just
Look,
input 2d20
Bing
and
pays
there you
me. So 1 success from Larissa, and then of course Ship is helping. Ship
That's
help isn't
also
going to be
because
great
I'm
though.
spending a comp. That's or spending a threat. That's a comp. Yeah.
See,
Alright,
you should have
well,
let me
we're
roll
gonna-
because I got a 1 and a 2 instead of that.
Okay, yeah. So we got another success. The target was 11 on the ship roll. So we got 2 successes and a complication.
I have it if you want me to go. Any complaints? Shall I do the comp?
That'd
doing
be up.
what?
Okay, well, I'll just take care of
Kara
it.
has a suggestion.
What is the suggestion? Because I had something since I'm doing.
Well,
the
then
scene.
go. If you had it, go.
Yeah, I was just giving it a second since we were figuring out the dice. Okay, yeah. Anyway, as God damn it, he's yelling at his PC. As the Reliant shoots at the asteroid, you notice it's getting closer to you as if it's being thrown at the Reliant. You managed to hit it just in time, shattering it to pieces, but Kara just put in chat, it's getting shotgunned into the hole. You're getting rained on by the asteroid. And now it is clear as day what was behind it.
I will see if I can just grab something really quick. No, everyone already knows what this is.
Larissa looks out at the image and says, "And me without my bug spray."
Hey. Great. And as the ship warning lights start, yells out, phasers, target their engines. Target their weapon system.
Larissa hesitates for a moment to make sure he's not going to say a third thing, and then she fires.
I'd say on Larissa to be another 14 with a focus on 4 roll.
2 successes and a complication. Technically, the ship might be assisting too.
I mean, the ship can help. So, 1 success on that first dice.
So 3 successes and a complication. It worked really well, but...
Well, you managed to knock out the weapons, but now it's charging you.
Base of action.
Moon is doing his best.
Roll.
2 successes.
Yeah. Okay. So, so basically, the Ensign Moon's able to, shift the Reliant. So it's able to, the Jem'Hadar ship misses, at this point. But the Reliant, because it's coming in at just ramming speed, it's not going to be in a great, firing position. You've got some aft weapons, to play with at this point. But, yeah, the Jem'Hadar ship is still kind of a threat.
Setsa just kind of is holding onto our console, just kind of peeking over it. Don't they know if they hit us, that'll hurt them too?
Graves says, yeah, they're perfectly aware of that. I recommend reviewing some Dominion War tactics. They did like to ram things, so let's not give them another opportunity. Go ahead, target the propulsion systems.
Aye, sir. And Larissa fires the rear phaser bank.
Go ahead and do another target 14 roll.
3 successes.
All right, well, you managed to take out its impulse drive pretty darn well at this point.
And then there's the signal from the Jem'Hadar attack ship that it's about to go to warp.
So, yeah, basically.
Weapons are recharging, sir.
Right. Yeah, just because it's a bit, but let's go ahead and just take a quick break. So, yeah, sorry for the little hiccup there. Basically, the Reliant's able to damage the impulse drive of the Jem'Hadar vessel, but it basically uses that opportunity to just jump straight to warp. So, the Ion Storm is definitely going to obscure the signature, and Reliant, looking pretty dented up, but it is in the clear. With that, we cut down to the sled dog teams. So, doggos are happily plotting away on the snow, getting some nice open terrain here. They're all happy, and everything's good, although... Let's go ahead and have Kara, Daniel, and Grimnir. Actually, let me think. Kara, Rick, and Grimnir. Let's get ahead. Wait, oh god, I'm messing up the configuration of the sleds.
The people driving last time had been Kara, Grimnir, and Eli.
Okay, so let's go with for Grimnir and Kara, a engineering insight roll.
Well, that's an unusual one.
What am I, chopped liver?
I mean, yeah, you can do it too.
Alright, well, I'm going to do my thing. I'm a doctor, not an engineer, so I can roll with my metas instead of engineering.
1 success for Whiteley.
Yeah, I got 1 success too, surprisingly. Note what my target was.
Oof. Yeah, wow. And then 2 successes for Eli. So yeah, as you're going along, it's open terrain, but it starts to get a little bit bumpier. But basically, you're able to maneuver things, so you're not putting too much stress on the overladen, the laden sleds. So no one has, say, a ski runner break at this point. But the terrain starts to become a little bit more. Well, you start to notice a big, ice boulder here, ice boulder there, and starts to close in more and more. Ice boulders here and there and there and there. Until, well, you kind of reach a point where you're kind of starting to get a little blocked in as you as you approach a bit of a little ice boulder field.
Kara
Do
looks at
these-
all the ice boulders everywhere. The hell is this? A cryovolcano?
Does this look like it's just kind of naturally occurring, or is this like odd in any way?
No, it's naturally occurring. There's some glaciers up ahead, and it basically just looks like some spill from the collapse of those glaciers. Your course will take you away from the glaciers themselves and sort of down the mountain, but you're kind of just dealing with spillage, kind of like packed on with spillage down slope, packed down with snow. So yeah, it's not something that's looking like this is a trap. It just looks like, well, it's just rough. It's just difficult terrain.
So Chorog's riding with Grimnir now, since I ordered the swap out, so...
Okay.
Eli hands Daniel a phaser.
What? Wait, what am I doing with this? Huh?
See if you can clear the path. Like, flatten out some of these.
What, you mean just shoot the boulders?
Yeah.
As Kara sees Daniel waving around a phaser now, she slows her dogs and goes in behind Eli.
Give me a control security roll. I'm going to spend 2 threat. Complication range is 18.
Spend a third threat.
I'll spend a 3rd threat, so your complication range is now 17.
Rolling what?
Daniel is rowing
It
security.
has the phaser.
Ah.
Control security.
Occasion.
Oh. So, Daniel, when used phasers that up, it would take to remove one, or to sort of carve out and clear out a little bit of the boulder and, water away. So the phaser shot in a compression bolt, and basically...
Yeah, before Daniel shoots, he says, "Well, if you insist," and then blasts it.
Charles says, "My word, boy, have you never fired a phaser before?
Eli
Now,
shouts, let's see you
it'd be
do
a
better.
downright pleasure. Boy, give me that phaser, I'll show you how it's done."
You're on a different thing. In a different cart. Get your own phaser.
Yeah, Chorog would have access to, like, basically low-powered survival phasers.
Chorog probably brought us disruptor pistols.
I mean, probably, but at the very least, he would have access to those.
I'm just going to point out that as Grimnir's driving the sled or whatever they're doing, every time Chorog speaks, Grimnir just looks at him with the most incredulous look you've ever seen on Grimnir's broad, bearded face in your life. Just like, what the fuck is going on?
Charles looks up at Grimnir. "My word, boy, you look like you done seen a specter." Now I can shoot the fly. I can shoot the wings off a fly at 20 paces.
All right, go ahead and try. Yeah, so I'm going to spend another 3 threat. I'm 17.
Charles pulls his disruptor out and begins twirling around, kind of fancy like. What am I rolling?
Control security.
You didn't even need the threat. Amazing.
No. All right. So, I mean, you're able to get another shot off, but, I mean, there's a little bit of a bump, and you lose your grip on the pistol, and it goes tumbling into the snow.
Oh, that's never happened before.
You go to try to retrieve it.
And it looks.
That dang pistol leaped right out of my hand like it was committing suicide. What the hell's going on?
Kara looks around and just pulls out her heavy phaser pistol and says, "Oh, hell, I'll do it myself."
Now, hold on
Daniel's-
there, little lady. Give me another shot.
Doesn't have
Daniel's
his pistol.
fiddling with-
So, Kara is free to have a go. No complications for her, then.
2 successes because I have augmented control.
All right, so yeah, you're able to clear out the rest of the boulders, and Charog is now down 1 pistol since he didn't leap to try to retrieve it.
It's lost to the snow now.
Easy come, easy go, I guess. I got plenty back at the homestead.
We could
Well, the
probably
rest-
find it and beam it up later after the ion storm's done.
While the rest of the
Probably-
boulders are being blasted, Daniel's just like fiddling with the phaser with his space gloves, just kind of mumbling to himself.
So, will you put that thing away before you hurt yourself?
"Oh, you're one to talk, Sheriff."
What we have here is a distinct lack of respect for the law.
You're not the law.
He's the opposite of the law.
The camera just kind of zooms over to Kara, who just has her eyes squinched shut like she's having a really bad headache.
Grimnir literally face
No.
palms.
At what
So
point does Grimnir-
the
at what point does Grimnir just
so the
hitch- At what point does
Go for
Grimnir
it.
just hit? At what point does Grimnir just reach up and hit Trog on the head with his fist and drive him into the ground like a railroad spike? Just a concussive reset of his brain.
He's
you
seriously
can try that
debating
in
it.
just a minute here.
What were you saying, Duncan?
So
Passive maintenance.
So anyway, to continue things on, guys, the sled team is basically you clear the boulder field. Kara is basically just sweeping out and just carving things off, nice and gently, not upsetting the doggos. And they're excited to find each of these little new paths as they're carved out. And the sled team basically is able to follow the guidance they have on their terrain maps, and starts making their way down the mountainside, back through some alpine, until they, come upon, what's on the map marked as Shranville. Doesn't really seem to be too much, except for, there's like a building, like kind of a cabin, but cabin coming up.
Kara just starts to slow her sled, just says, "Oh my god. Did we come out here for like one dude?"
Eli slowing down, parking the sled next to Kara's. I hope we fucking didn't.
Let me scan for energy signatures just in case something's covered up by the snow.
And Daniel
All right, go ahead and give me a insight engineering roll.
And Daniel was also going to try and scan for life forms.
I also wanted to
All
say
right,
this.
Daniel.
So when the shooting was happening, the fox poked out of Eli's hood and just stared at Daniel before going back in.
So, Daniel, insight science. There we go. 2 successes. Rick, you find, it could probably be rigged up to, power 3, but, it's just kind of, being used to power. There's a bunch of stuff in the forest. There might be something like a dog at the camp, or at the settlement, but...
I'm only reading one guy.
We have enough vaccines for so many people.
Is
there's
this
only
the
one
last
person.
stop?
So
and there's,
the sled teams... So the sled teams make their way to the hut, and some old Starfleet issue, environmental jacket. Steps out and says, "Oh, right, Dad. Oh, hello there. Yes, I quite wasn't expecting this, and the governor called, and oh my,
Pizza delivery.
you have pizza too?
No, I'm being facetious.
Ah, I see. Well, Starfleet doesn't always send you on the best runs. My name is Davidson.
this has been great.
I've just been, been living out here in retirement, and I'm all ready to get shot up. Can I get you anything? We got a replicator here.
I don't know. Do you have anything that'll stop an ion storm?
Right, not. Back on the D, we had a little incident or two with ion storms, and best hunker down, really.
The D?
Yeah, Grimnir tilts his head at that.
Well, riding the D.
Served as a as a junior EPS specialist back in the day. A little old. Some of the best years in service.
You don't look that
served
old.
on the Enterprise.
I did serve on the Enterprise, and one feather for the cap. Also served on the Sutherland, the Lexington.
Wait, which Lexington?
He gives a older serial number or registry number, so it wouldn't have been the Lexington class.
Kara, meanwhile, has stopped the sled and is dealing with the dogs, and she just mutters to herself, "Something about this is giving me the biggest feeling of deja vu."
Okay, I know not the Lexington class, but Eli was born on a USS Lexington. That's why he's asking.
Oh, let's go. It's totally the same one then.
Okay, so the NCC 1709A.
Okay, so 1709A. Got it.
It's a sovereign.
Yeah, so, the old man says, oh, yes, so for the hypospray, do you want us to do it here? Starts to unzip his coat.
I mean, if you're not going to freeze by doing that, let's just go inside.
The man nods and leads whoever will care to follow him inside. It's a
Eli's
a comfortable
got
cabin. Yeah, a few rooms kind of partitioned off the high ceiling, and a bit of Starfleet memorabilia about the place. Some old Enterprise D style uniform hung up in a bit of a frame. Some old phaser pistols, and more modern sort of a civilian phaser rifle. And there's a Labrador just kind of chilling on the couch.
For reference, Kara didn't go in. She just kind of fell backwards into the snow, muttering, "Bury me with the dogs."
Daniel just kind of looks down at her and asks, "Wait, so is serving on the Enterprise a big deal or something? Like, I don't. Are those ships significant? Is this like some important person or?"
The old man looks at Daniel and says, "New boy, is he?"
Really displaced.
Gotcha. Not as good as a wink. So, he's taken off his jacket. He's got his sleeve exposed, and it's pretty well muscled, but also old. And it says, "Yeah, just friend here, and you'll be on your way. See, take it you're going to Sato City next."
I guess so, Eli says as he gives him the hypo. My mom is still the captain of the Lexington, by the way.
Oh, great to see that still in service. Didn't spend much time there, but fine ship. Most advanced I served on in my years. The man kind of rolls down his sleeve again and says, "All right, so I guess take it. Governor didn't quite complete our itinerary, so let me just feed you some coordinates on that datapad you got there, and there you go. It's not a pretty short sled ride. Should find some good accommodations there. It's one of the largest cities on the planet, so yeah, it should be good for you."
So, why are you out here all alone?
Like it this way. I mean, spending a whole life on a starship surrounded by people, not so much with nature, especially, in the engineering corps.
And you don't have any family?
None surviving, so yeah, I got some friends back in Sato City, and check in there every weekend.
Well, good luck to you then.
And nods, turns on a holo TV.
Eli exits.
So the crew's free to exit, and you've got your last leg of the trip here over to Sato City coming up.
So you guys think Sato City's going to be like 4 people? Maybe 5, could you believe it?
I mean, if Shranville isn't really much of a ville, but hopefully this will actually be a city.
There.
Can you hear me now? Oh no, still.
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. So I was just saying, as quietly as we start to get back on board, Shranville wasn't much of a village, but hopefully Soda City will actually be a city.
Kara has risen and would kill.
If you'd like, you could set up camp.
That would not.
If we're gonna stop here, we could just. I mean, it's the middle of the day, but if we're stopping,
joking,
it's like sleep on his floor.
It was a joke. And
yeah.
Wait a minute, you don't pack a mattress with your tent?
I didn't pack a tent.
No,
Neither did I. We were given these.
You guys didn't have mattresses with yours?
I didn't have one. Period.
It's more like a mat, but yeah.
Mine was gotten from the last town.
So, Sato City. Let's go.
Yeah, Sato City.
Hi.
So the group continues on to Sato City. So yeah, you got a little bit of an alpine area again. So you've got big piney trees, glistening with snow, occasional elk, occasional lone male bison. The just checking something real quick. All right. So let's see. Way to Sato City kind of keeps getting more and more sort of downhill as you're kind of entering in a more of a lowland area. So yeah, you've got some opening plains starting to pop up, and odd that you hear a little bit of a trumping in the distance.
Kara just steers away from wherever the noise seems to be coming from.
Daniel lifts up his visor to hear better and try to identify the sound.
I mean, it just generally sounds like a general trumpeting.
Is it like an animal or an instrument, at least?
Animal. Definitely animal. Kind of a weird
Okay.
animal. Kind of a little bit of a warble to it.
Daniel lowers his visor again.
Got a question.
Yep.
Do those, like, sort of electro-binocular style things, like in Star Wars, exist that have, like, the thermal vision? I'm not sure what they'd be called in Trek, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Something like that. So you definitely would be able to use... Like, that tech absolutely has to exist. So...
Alright, then I'm pulling one of those out and taking a gander.
Alright, so down in the lowlands area, you see... Well, I mean, this definitely isn't Earth life. It's probably one of the remaining... Not, like... Yeah, one of the remaining examples of the native flora in the area. It was close, because it's basically this plated, a little bit skinny, but this plated, large, quadrupedal, kind of a mammoth-like thing with a sort of a long proboscis snout broken into 3 parts and a long tongue. It's basically just grazing through the vegetation, and just basically filling in a similar ecological niche as mammoths did on Earth at some point.
Kara takes a few scans and recordings, and Riley remarks to herself, I see SCP-810 has breached containment again.
I don't get it.
Oh, it's just it's an old Earth internet thing. It doesn't matter.
You got some grazing herbivores in the distance. Grimnir.
Yes.
Does Grimnir recognize these as, like, mammoths? Does he have any reaction to them? Like...
Oh, I just saw the one on the bottom. I didn't see the one on top.
Oh, yeah, the one on the bottom is what's there. Kara just had guessed that it was going to be a woolly mammoth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
So at a
but
distance, this thing looks like a mammoth.
okay. I was going to say that totally looks like something you might see in Morrowind.
I was thinking about it, Nick. I did want to actually have a little bit of alien live here. I mean, we can do it.
Grimnir probably does a double take. He's like, is that a... Oh. He gets this weirded look out his face, and somebody probably looks at him like, what? And he's just like, yeah, no.
Kara just calls
Not
over to
quite
him.
like home.
Kara just calls over to him. Nature isn't always pretty.
Sometimes it's unsettlingly familiar, though.
What's wrong with it?
You wouldn't understand if I told you.
Try me.
Let's go ahead and, at this very moment, Grimnir, go ahead and give me an insight security.
Okie dokie.
Actual mammoth emerged in the tree line right in front of your... Not run into it.
Yeah, so while he's distracted by the strange... trying to remember what it looks like.
Strider?
Anyway. No, I can't remember now. Anyway, doesn't matter. As Grimnir tried to shake that off, he turns to focus back on what he's supposed to be doing, and then he notices they're about to get into trouble into a giant-ass mammoth. Well, he pulls the dogs off to the side. He watches as the mammoth goes by, and he's just like, now that's more my cup of tea.
Daniel opens his mouth, and then...
Of course, now Grimnir's looking around to see if there's anything accompanying the mammoth.
No, just a mammoth. It's it's occupying more of the forested habitat, while the alien, so kind of doing similar things. I mean, settlers must have thought, like, we got these cloned mammoths, so they probably fit in well here. Although, fortunately, they didn't completely displace the native wildlife here.
Oh yeah, after... Oh, sorry.
I'll go for it.
After Daniel decides not to make a comment on Chorog's comment, he then does a double take, looking back and asks, "Is that a woolly mammoth?"
It's a woolly mammoth, yeah.
You know those were extinct in my time, right?
You realize you had cloning in your time too. There was like a sheep.
Well, yeah, but like it wasn't like perfect. Like we didn't bring anything back from extinction.
Look,
And
if you think that was impressive, what you need to do is go learn about Kirk's old trip to get humpback whales.
What? Something happens to the whales?
And now
lot,
you
actually.
understand why you can't go back.
At this, basically, yeah, as you guys proceed on, you just hear a little bit of a little back and forth, a little trumpeting merry call between the mammoth and the alien mammoth. They're just like, toot toot, toot, toot toot, and just keep going on their merry way. And yeah, basically, you start, in the distance. There's, a bit of cloud cover, but you can start seeing a bit of an amber haze on the hillsides, kind of poking up from the horizon. And it, becomes a little bit more pronounced. You start seeing a little bit, of a building here and there. And yeah, you guys are starting to approach Sato City, which is an actual city. It's a settlement nestled in some low-lying hills, but yeah, it seems pretty darn well developed. You've got some large buildings, you've got some looks like industrial facilities, and even some like government buildings and civic centers. It's very warm, very inviting.
Kara just gives a large yawn as she brings the dogs in. Okay, now this is more like what I'm expecting when a map marks something and calls it a city, or a ville, or a borough, or any of those. Really, if it's marked on a map, I expect it to be this size.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be smaller too. I mean, I think a ville is only like at least 3 or 4 houses would at least be something.
So yeah, let's head in.
All right, and for one last opportunity, let's go ahead and the sled team leaders just go ahead and give me another control con.
I thought it was command.
I have an idea for Oh, sorry. You go.
I was about to say, Kara got, let's see, animal behavior should go on this, so she's got 4 successes.
All right, and yeah, let's go ahead and make it either control, con, or command.
The dogs are the one doing the heavy lifting, so yeah.
Yeah.
I have an idea for if Eli gets a complication.
I'm not spending threat here, so...
Damn.
He's good, 2 successes, and then Grimnir would be the last one.
Yeah, for some reason, Majel did not like my command. We'll try that again. There we go. 2 successes.
All right, everyone's able to keep the dogs in line. They're, it's been a bit of a journey, and you're getting the hang of, how your little team operates. It's just, they're your little buddies. They've, seen you through a, rather unusual away mission, and start pulling into the city, and you can immediately see sort of the kennels, in the just in the city gates, where, basically people are, used to pulling in their sled teams and either turning them in or just kind of kenneling them over there overnight.
Kara, first to arrive, just kind of stops the sled, pulls off the cargo, and hands everything sled-related over to one of the helpers, and it's just like, okay, bye.
Aw, not going to say goodbye to doggos?
She's already thinking that she's going to have to take 3 or 4 showers because Nala's going to go nuts when she gets back to the ship and smells like a horde of different dogs.
All right. So, Kara's able to, basically... get the start of the cargo helpers to to take care of the survival gear. Vaccines, the remaining vaccines are basically with Eli at this point. Although for administration, they do have medical facilities here, so this is more of a delivery run rather than direct administration.
I'm still probably going to help.
Okay,
Grimnir. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
So as Eli pulls in, you and Rick are basically free to take care of stuff as well. And that just leaves him and DB, but Rick at this point is freed out as well. But basically, take care of the gear and stuff.
I got swapped.
Grimnir and Shorog arrive at the kennel.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Grimnir just nods affectation. And when he realizes this is the end of the line and we're parting with the dogs, all the doggos, he's like, I'm gonna miss you so much.
The doggos, even the doggos that weren't part of his team, all kind of just swarm over Grimnir, all licking him and just joining in the hug. So
Eli is saying goodbye to some dogs too. I'm gonna miss you most of all, Roscoe, and you too, Bo.
It just makes a mental note to bring Nala by later to help here with his dog.
So one of the cargo handlers points whoever needs it right now. Over to a local hotel, which has been basically, the crew has free rooms for the night for their service to the colony. And your guys are basically able to either help out with medical equipment or basically just head down to the hotels, which has your usual hotel amenities, pool, spa, cozy rooms, restaurant, a bar.
Kara looks from the concierge who's just told her this down to her rumpled, dirty, fur-covered uniform that she's been wearing for the past 2 or 3 days. Looks back up at him and just says, "I'm gonna go take a shower."
I'm gonna go find me a bar. Have a taste of some bourbon.
Daniel just kind of like, I guess he's still by the sleds or by the dogs, and just kind of asks to the room, "So is this our last stop?"
A dog just barks at him.
Oh, I thought there were people still there. Okay, never mind.
No, Grimner is, but he's buried under a bunch of dogs. He probably can't hear you.
Okay. Well, I guess Daniel takes his still unused tent and heads over towards the hotel to leave his stuff, I guess.
As Charles is walking to the bar, he doesn't see a rather big patch of ice, starts losing his feet and goes headlong into a big support column.
You hit the support column.
With a rather sickening thud. And just crumples to the ground.
Eli is
Chorog's
at the
on the
medical
ground.
center, does not see this.
Just a random passerby goes over and helps Trog up. Are you okay? That looked like it hurt. Sounded like it too.
Oh, where am I? I don't know this place.
You're in Sato City. You just arrived a while ago with some sled teams.
Oh, the sled team. Oh, yeah, those guys. Wait, I don't remember coming here. How'd I get here?
On the sled, and then you said something about having a hankering for bourbon, and went off in this direction and slipped on the ice, and then I came over because it looked like maybe you could use a hand.
Bourbon? I don't drink bourbon. I drink rum. Why does my head hurt?
Well, you did just slip on this ice and fall directly into the support beam with a sickening sound.
I need to go find that rum. Make my head feel better.
I'm not a doctor, but and then he trails off as Chorog is already leaving.
Rick is starting to catch up as he saw Chorog just run off, and he's trying to catch up. Chorog, he's yelling, but I don't think you recognize your name just yet.
Chorog is just on autopilot heading to the bar because he wants a drink. A good strong one.
The hotel bar is basically the first thing he'll recognize as a bar, so he's able to head over in that direction as the others finish up work, and basically free to spend the night over at Sato City before the storm eases up the next day's morning.
I'm giving the shots.
And the people, or the Snow Fox, though, occasionally peeks out, and people get a big kick out of that.
And no one from the group has fully acknowledged it, so it's great.
No one, Rick Thierry's completely oblivious to the Foxo.
Everyone's oblivious, it's great.
Chorog's sitting at the bar, drinking his rum, and his memories are slowly starting to come back to him. He sees Eli there, and it's like, how's your furry little friend doing?
Eli isn't there.
Yeah, Eli's
the medical center.
He's at the medical center.
Right. Well, Chorog wanders over to the medical center clutching a bottle of rum. Sees Eli, doing his thing. Hey, Doc, what? Can you look at my head? My head hurts.
You're talking normal again. You're no longer Foghorn Leghorn. Congratulations. Yeah, come over here.
Wait, what's a foghorn leghorn?
It's talking chicken.
I eat talking chickens. I like chicken.
Alright, well, you're no longer a talking chicken, so yeah, come over here.
I don't know what. My head hurts. I don't know.
Come over here, I'll wave a light over it. Go wave a light over it. Do I have to roll for this?
No. Medical expert enough to basically, give good prognosis and treat it.
So you don't feel the urge to do...
Southern.
Like...
Now we're on the north. Come on to the bar, I'll buy you a drink.
I'm kind of busy here.
Oh, I got some venom for you.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I'll be there. Like, I don't know, 20 more minutes?
Okay. Trog just kind of wanders off.
As Chorog walks, the fox pops out of Eli's hood, stares at him as he leaves, and just goes back into his hood.
So yeah, with that, basically, it's the end of your adventure. We can have a few closing scenes if people want, but I'd like to thank the audience for joining us tonight on another episode of Star Trek Reliant. And yeah, we got some Jem'Hadar to track down next time, and some other stuff to deal with as well. So yeah, with that, I'd like to remind folks that email is reliant@starbaseuGC.com. And yeah, take it away, anyone.
And wherever you are, enjoy your day, your night, and your next week. And remember, life is mostly as happy as you make it. Or it would be, except for capitalism.
If I do have a scene, but it should be the last one. So does anyone have anything they want to do first?
Oh, yeah. Yes, but I feel like mine should be, like, second to last, because it's back up on the ship.
Okay, I can do one. I can do one right now.
Now I just feel bad for giving us, all a nice send-off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to laugh about how Duncan's off. If anybody's got any scenes they want, any ending scenes they want to do. By the way, thank you to all our listeners. It's like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, it's the after. Oh, sorry, I was trying to set up like basically, after credits kind of.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah,
I got one.
trying to get that tempo right, but I think I put a little bit too much of an emphasis on the end of the episode. So
Yeah, I thought you were just getting someone to take us out. I was like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, I'm yeah, so sorry. Yeah, so I got
something with Setsa as I just dropped into that voice.
I got one for Trog too.
Okay.
I have a very small one that can transition to the space one.
Okay. So Kara gets a beep on her communicator as she's in the middle of bathing.
Kara reaches an arm out from the shower and fumbles and just kind of slaps at the intercom and just says, "June Ronnie,
Let's here. How's it going?
I have been trapped in the same uniform for 3 days.
My condolences for your hygiene.
I'm going to be showering for the next 6 hours."
That sounds nice. Nice and relaxing. So, yeah, when you get back up here, yeah, things will be nice. Yeah, everything's good.
Why do I distrust you when you phrase it like that?
Yeah, Graves. Anyway, yeah, we may have had a run-in with the Jem'Hadar, and, blew up a smiley face Asteroid, and it didn't quite go to plan. Reliant's fine, but, yeah, we're gonna have to get some, cosmetic repairs on the, hull plating, the upper saucer, and the pylons, and, some of the nacelle gun thing, too.
Setsa?
Yeah?
Inform the captain that I'm off duty for the next day or two.
Alrighty,
And she just reaches over and presses a button on the intercom.
Next scene.
Trog has found his way back to the bar, and he's sitting kind of off at a table by himself. His, kind of his feet's up on the table. He's feeling pretty good, and subconsciously, without really him thinking about it, he's sitting there doing fancy trolls with his disruptor pistol. Not even realizing that he's doing it.
Grimnir, who's behind the bar, and for once in a rare blue moon, Mjol is actually there, and Grimnir's just loving on that adorable sheep. He looks up at Trog and goes, "What the blazes are you doing?"
What do you mean? I'm not doing nothing. I'm sitting here drinking, and wait, where'd that come from?
And spinning circles with your gun there.
I don't know. I just started doing that. I don't know.
Oh wait, are we at the I thought we were back on the ship. I thought we were in Club
No,
42.
we're not back on the ship yet. No, but I still think it's like Grimnir just taking
Grimnir
over the bar.
Oh, he totally would.
Yeah.
Totally
So
Who's gonna argue?
Yeah, he's just stepping in, giving some pointers.
Although this now begs the question: how the hell is Mjol there? There's the Ion Storm.
Yeah, Mjol's there, just there.
It's a mystery.
It came down with John.
He's not questioning it.
Yeah. Sure what happened to John next episode. But anyway, feel free to keep going.
I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm just doing it. I don't know.
It suits you.
Okay. Trog just
Goes back to level. Internally, Mule is just loud.
Next scene.
Little thing that can pan up to space. So Daniel went back on and just kind of starts walking towards the edge of the bar, a little bit out of town. Just kind of looks around, listens to the sounds of the calling woolly mammoth, and looks up into the sky. Kind of been able to relax and see from this perspective in a while. And as the camera pans up from Daniel lying on the ground, it pans up through the sky, through the ion storm clouds, and up to whatever Nick is going to say is happening in space.
After the ion storm dies down whenever, and everyone else is able to beam up, they're all in the transporter room on the transporter pad. The transporter operator notices an extra signal, an extra life sign.
I guess that probably should be me.
I was just assuming Duncan was going to take it.
So,
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Hold on, I was trying to take care of it. Yeah, sorry. So, Lieutenant Dracor looks up, big ponderous bulk, and says, seems like we've got something extra here.
Extra? What do you mean extra?
Extra life sign, vertebrates, so, anyone adopt anything down there? Otherwise, Ged's gonna might have to take a look at some people, see if they're carrying something extra.
I don't think anybody adopted anything, Eli says as his hood, laughs.
Tara just kind of steps back away from Eli.
Rick does the same. It's just, what the...
Where I come from, when something makes a noise like that, you're supposed to step on it and put it out of its misery.
The fox pops its head out of the hood and stares at Kara.
Well, it's
Go
cuter
watch
than
your
it
Foxo.
sounds.
Foxo yips at Kara.
How long have you had that thing?
Thing? It's... How dare you call it a thing? This is essentially my new son.
Wait, did
Well,
no one
you-
else see that thing popping out of his hood?
Well, you explained to the captain then why you picked up a strange alien critter and decided to bring it with you. Also, you might want to check and make sure that those aren't poaching.
This is a fox. It's from Earth. It's one of the things that the settlers smuggled on.
Kara looks at him dead-eyed and just says, "It's from Earth, yes. What planet are we around?"
The Graves would have, if Eli asked him beforehand, Graves would have given him permission and checked with the local authority that it would be okay to take.
Trog looked over like, oh, so you did decide to adopt it.
Yes.
Good for you. It seems like a nice little critter.
He does, yes, he does. Eli says taking him out of his hood and holding him.
Rick's just sort of still, blinking, trying to... How did I not see him before? Was
He's
he
been
always...
in my hood.
I guess that would explain it, but... for how long? For the last day of the trip? For ever since Soto City?
Since the beginning. Since before we first made camp.
And, Rick just sort of goes silent and looks off to the middle distance.
Well, better him have that fox than what I wanted to bring.
Something about this little guy is in sync with me.
Right, so mystery solved,
Also,
and I'm
yes.
just gonna go. And Kara walks out.
Daniel just kind of realizes something and says, "Wait a minute, what happened to John and the bear?"
You cut down, camera pounds down to the planet. John and the bear are still running around. John is still trying to give the bear pointers about how to be a Starfleet officer. And then the camera pans back up to the transport room.
John's
Oh,
probably
and,
being John.
Oh, let John have his fun.
And Dracor is also waving at little Foxo. She is quite impressed by so.
I'm sure the captain won't mind this. He's going to need a name, though.
Well, I need to go and check on LJ because it's been far too long since I've been gone, and I will let you figure out what to call your fox. Was it?
Yes, it's called a fox.
Okay.
Technically, I think it's an Arctic fox, but it could just be a red fox with a white coating.
Okay.
What about... Oh, sorry.
And Rick just sort of wanders off, sort of just scratching his head as he goes.
Daniel said, no, he was just kind of hanging around in your hood the whole time.
No.
Or,
and then Daniel walks off.
Oh, I've got a pistol. I'll rebuild.
Your core pipes up and says, they are mythical creature from Almond.
I think I'm going to go with... I'm going to name him Kage.
Name.
I think...
I'll go yips again.
Yeah, he definitely likes it.
Tail wag. Tail. Okay, so his tail's wagging, but yeah, he's excited. It's lots of people and it's a new place. And yeah, humans, they've got like, a lot of good foods around here, and you can go explore.
Eli taps his comm badge. One more thing, Kara.
There's no response. The computer replies that she's off duty.
Wow. Well, looks like I'll have to do veterinarian stuff myself. It can't be that hard.
I mean, he's got the ship's computer, and he can call on holographic, veterinary holographic assistance as well, if needed.
Well, to the med bay.
He goes to the med bay and is able to give Kage a nice little physical with a little bit of computer help and EMA or EVA or EVH help if necessary.
Let's go with EVH.
Yeah.
Wonder what Ged feels.
The question
about
is,
this.
we can cover that next time. Past the point, and we still have one more scene to go.
All right, so the camera whips away from the Reliant. Quick establishing shot of Newsaw, and then down to a room on this little island set aside far away from the main continents. And there's this inside this black dull, like a dark grey sort of dull-looking room. The main feature is this comms panel with a decent-sized screen on it. There's the only other thing in there is a mirror Rictier, who's currently on a call with his psychiatrist. We have been doing this for some time, and I have to say progress has been a bit slow. Every time we've seemed to have made a bit of progress, something has happened and we end up right back. There is something hindering, something that you're not letting go of, Rictier. And if we are to progress, if you are to make improvements, then we need to address whatever this thing is. And Mirror, that comes from the comm panels, as Mirror Rictier just sort of ponders for a bit, and then there is something that has been, rather on my mind ever since I came into this realm. My first experiences have not been that positive, and I can't let go of the idea that people there are in wait, that there's something going on behind the scenes, that I'm going to be quite stabbed in the back, as I would be back on my original world. So that would be events that happened on the USS Reliant. Yes, we do have documentation of your arm being remotely severed, but is that it? Rictier, well, that's at least part of it. There's been some other things that have just lodged in my mind. The captain accepted his version over without nary a worry, and yet here I am stuck in this prison for obeying orders that this captain gave me. I have not been given proper respect until you having, like, the previous psychiatrist aboard the Reliant. He was more interested in knowing things about my world and not providing a treatment there. There was Kara. She was just there. I could sense her anger, sense her. She would easily shoot me in the face if she had the chance. Chog, he always just made me a laughing stock. He kept going on about, oh, you're so harmless, and he knows that is a sentence. If I was ever to be stopped, respected, if I ever thought that I was a laughing stock, that they would kill me right then and there. They all... Well, this is actually, there's only perhaps one person that didn't treat me like that, and that was perhaps the one person that I should hate the most. But my version, he had the life that I could only literally dream of. And yet, he was the only one that actually would talk to me. But anyway, that is what has been going on in my head. Well, it seems that you must address these feelings if you are to ever progress. Actually, you just gave me an idea. I need to address these feelings, and for that, I need to address them. And that's the end of the scene.
All I want to go ahead and let everybody know is that, to be fair, Kara would shoot most people in the face if given the chance. I mean, she's already shot Whately, and she'd love the chance to do it again.
So just a reminder, apologies, there's going to be some moments of lag. That is unfortunately unpleasant. My internet access is a bit iffy right now, but I'll be on the phone talking to the people shortly. But don't forget, Twitter, we got plans. We have a special thing for you, which you'll find out tomorrow, next time, here on Star Trek Reliant.
Indeed. So with that, again, our email is reliant@starbasegc.com, but we're also on Blue Sky now. Forgot about that. So, give us a follow there, and keep up to date on the latest Reliant news. With that, we'll give our final bye-bye.
You ain't getting anything from me. I already did it.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye, bestie.